All right, so it's 2 weeks before the marathon, which means it's finally time to taper. You know, sit back and relax and wait, this says I'm supposed to run 50 miles this week. That can't be right. Then another 25 miles before the marathon next week. What? All right, so if you've seen any other videos in this series, you know that the Hansons Marathon Method is kind of weird. Certainly not like any other marathon plan I've ever done, which extends to the taper, which to me seems less like a taper and more like a barely there-er. To start, I'm still doing speed work 2 weeks out, and I'm still running 6 days a week, even the week of the race. The overall mileage also isn't dropping the way that I've come to expect from other plans. So I'll be honest, when I first saw the schedule, my instinct was to just say, forget it. I'm just going to start dropping days and cutting some of these workouts in half, whatever. Then I read something online that actually stopped me in my tracks. It's an old blog post from 2013 written by Jogging Gino. She was experiencing the very same shock that I was as she was seeing these runs in her calendar. She also was thinking about modifying them to be more normal. But her post also includes this update after the marathon. Hanson taper was awesome. Trust it. There's also a link to a separate post where she goes into detail about just how good she felt on race day, along with some of the methodology that the Hansons plan is using for their less tapery taper. She even quotes the books written by Luke Humphrey with Keith and Kevin Hanson, who write this: consider how you would feel if you were accustomed to drinking a couple of cups of coffee in the morning and then suddenly gave it up cold turkey. Your body probably will react with a dull headache. If instead you cut back to 1 cup, you limit the effects of withdrawal and usually end up feeling better. This is the same idea. Reduce the stress while keeping the body happy and in its pre-established routine. By continuing to run fewer miles but still running the same number of days, you reduce the number of variables that are adjusted. Instead of reducing frequency, volume, and intensity, you are tinkering only with the last two. Anyway, there's more below if you want to read it for yourself, but here's the bottom line for me. Even though I have some misgivings, I'm going to stick with the plan as is. For science! I figure the plan's been working really well for me so far, so why would I stop doing what's been working? Also, I'm going to show up on race day feeling however I feel. So we'll hope for the best, and I'll let you know.